All right, you can't do better than that if you want a little get to know a little more about your portfolio in a simple way. Do some time allocation. Check out Kiana Danielle. She's great. She's a great friend of the show. I've known her for years. She just puts stuff simple for people, which I like people like that, and that's why I have her on the show. Ted Cruz did not make Jack Dorsey's life simple yesterday in the Senate hearings on the squashing of free speech by the Silicon Valley Mafia. Here's Ted Cruz slugging it out with Jack Dorsey.
See, who the hell elected you and put you in charge of what the media are allowed to report and what the American people are allowed to hear? And why do you persist in behaving as a Democratic super PAC, silencing views to the contrary of your political beliefs?
Let's give Mr. Dorsey a few seconds to answer that, and then we'll have to conclude this segment.
Well, we're not doing that, and this is why I opened this hearing with calls for more transparency. We realize we need to earn trust more. We realize that more accountability is needed to show our intentions and to show the outcomes.
Thank you,
so
Senator.
I hear the concerns and acknowledge them, but we want to fix it with more transparency.
The Silicon Valley mob, they're like the mafia now. They're actually controlling the way we consume news, okay? And these are supposed to be platforms where free speech is allowed, with certain exclusions, graphic, nudity, okay, all this other stuff. Now, you can have the Ayatollah of Iran go on his Twitter feed and say the Holocaust was false, death to Israel, and that doesn't get blocked by Jack Dorsey and his little buddies in Silicon Valley. That doesn't get blocked, okay? But the New York Post, one of the oldest papers on the U.S. continent, they have their Twitter account blocked for the last 13 days because they put out some credible, sourced, authenticated news about what was found on Hunter Biden's laptop. So, you know, it's driving me absolutely crazy. It should be driving you crazy. What did you want to see here, Nico? There you go. This is Emerald Robinson from Newsmax. Corporate media outlets have been warned not to cover Bobulinski and Hunter Biden's laptop, or they'll be blacklisted by any future Biden-Harris administration, according to several media sources. All right, here's the thing. We know that Joe Biden's son, in the very least, and his brother Jim were going around the country holding themselves out as people who, if they get paid, they can give you access to Joe Biden. Joe Biden's denied taking a penny, but it's categorically clear that these two guys have been going around the world and profiting off his name. That's a fact, all right? Now, what we're seeing is, if you want to hear about abuse of power, here's the Biden-Harris campaign going out and saying, if you talk about this and we get in, you're done. And Candace Owens says, Twitter locked my account until I removed the screenshot of Hunter Biden's text convo with his mother about sexual allegations with a minor. The real texts violate their child sexual exploitation policy. Joe Biden, you and Hunter are guilty as sin, and Jack can't cover that up. And there's Candace Owens' page, and she shared a text conversation allegedly between Hunter and his mom where, you know, he was talking about prancing around naked in front of his underage kids or something, and Twitter blocked it on account of child exploitation. So Twitter's blocking talking about the exploitation because it's exploitation, but the Department of Justice, the feds, and the cops in Delaware are not doing anything about the actual alleged exploitation. Figure that one out. Quick break. Stay right there. Alum Bokhari from Breitbart Tech, a writer and author of Deleted, Big Tech's Battle to Erase the Trump Movement and Steal the Election. On the money. Quick break right after